I'm joking, my boy.
Hey, man, I got a massage gun. I had to use it today.
Yeah, it changed your life, man.
Man.
Get you a foam roller, too.
You know what? Do I have? I don't have one of those.
Yeah, man, you can catch one if you just kind of walk through Ross. Don't nobody buy the workout stuff over there. You get you one about $2-3.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to the Vibe Controllers Podcast. Bird B, Cocky McFly, Fifth Child, out here.
You use a golf ball, tennis ball too?
On my foot, maybe, or my hand.
I'm using on my back. I'm done
I
it all.
got a big foam roller. I ain't playing out here in the street. Way this side, cause you just disrespected the setup. I got the big foam roller.
Well, it's interesting that you guys are talking about massages. This episode 49.
Boy, you're a professional.
I am. Is sponsored by Blue Sky Still Waters Massage Therapy. Thank you to our good brother Matthew Haynes for sponsoring our first episode this season. They have a magnificent service going on. It's called March Madness, where you can go and pay for a massage and bring 3 friends along with you, all for the good price of $500. If you split that in 4, it's not as much. But you get unlimited 1-hour sessions, and this happens all throughout the month. So even if you get it at the beginning of the month, this lasts you the whole month. So you get unlimited 1-hour sessions. You can share with family and friends, which is a total of 3 people, and you can book until the end of the month of March. So yeah, y'all check out Blue Sky Still Waters on Facebook, Blue Sky Massage on Instagram. So 49. Welcome to the Vibe Controllers Podcast. We appreciate y'all tapping in with us. I go by the name of Cocky McFly. Across the table is my brother Merk B. Williams. Merk, say hey to the people.
Good morning, everybody.
All right.
Good morning.
Okay.
There's gonna be morning somewhere.
All right. Also, with us, as always, every other week, our good brother, Fifth Child. Fifth Child, say hey to the people.
Hola.
Thank you. I know you didn't have nothing
2
there.
weeks in a row. You could have used something that you were talking with that boy about on the thing.
That is funny. You know, you out here helping the people pass ACT and you don't even know.
Ain't
more
no
than one
Spanish
way.
on the ACT.
Yeah,
Not the
well,
one I teach.
Anyway, and we
those
got.
the boy gonna fail.
Man,
We're not gonna speak that on that.
I
child,
rebuke that
like,
in the name of Jesus.
We rebuke that. Also, we got our we have a special guest this evening. She is, I hate to just call you a chef because you are so much more than that. She is such a talented, magnificent individual, and we are just so glad that she reached out to us because we ain't had no bad. And she came on through because God be knowing. She's right on time, and actually this is well overdue. So y'all give it up for our good friend, our sister, Chef Enrika Williams. Chef, say hey to the people.
Hey, people.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell y'all, Chef is in here with this head wrap and this
Bag lady.
You hear me? She is giving us like I fuck a nigga and fuck him up.
Dragging
She giving us them type of vibe today. Look.
But the podcast just got horny.
Obviously,
I didn't know that's where we was going with this.
hey, you know
That's
this.
that's that Aries energy. That's
Let me get out this skunk. I done got a little warm. Take my bean.
Anyway, man, we're gonna talk about all things fun and food and all great stuff. So y'all stay tapped in with us. We out here.
I said something recently too about like chicken, about like dark meat chicken. I eat whatever, but I really just the dark meat's the best
It's
part.
the best part, more
And it's
flavor.
like, so you can make a whole chicken out of just the dark meat.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all should be able to do that in the lab.
I don't want no lab.
You
no
make-
dark meat.
You already eat lab chicken. You already
Fool me.
eat lab chicken.
Well, I don't know,
Let me live in
man.
the delusion that you would know that we're eating that. But
Man, we're only eating lab chickens. You've seen real chickens are about really the size of Cornish hens.
a little bit.
Cornish hens are delicious.
They are delicious.
You really
They are
sitting
delicious.
up thinking about how to get lab-made dog meat, huh?
Yes.
You got too much time on your hands. I'm telling you, you can walk around. All right, next time you get you some lab-grown dog meat, and 2 weeks later I see you with one titty. That's all I'm saying.
But you know what though and I'm this is perfectly appropriate conversation because we have a chef,
Absolutely.
in the building, and a lot of the food that's supposedly healthy food is totally processed too. Some people like, oh yeah, man, I'm eating healthy. I'm eating all like freaking vegan meat and so like it's a whole lot of processed.
Well, I'm gonna say this: it's grace is involved in that because people are eating healthy. They're just eating healthy based on their knowledge. So I mean, it's not that they're not doing it; they just don't know better to do better. So you're gonna eat healthy based on what you know. You should want to know more. And want to research more if you're really serious about your health and so on and so forth, and like paying attention to labels, and them labels be lying too. But people say they eat healthy, they eating healthy based off at that level of knowledge that they get, I guess.
Do you think it's ever convenient to do better?
Convenient?
Yeah, is it convenient?
Oh, is it convenient to do better?
Yeah. Because as I think about it, like, in all seriousness, when you go, okay, I say I went to the store, and I mean, even though I'm saying I got GMOs and stuff like that, I got some grapes and some oranges and spent $16. Now, how many bags of chips could I have bought with that?
Depending on what kind
You know
of
what I'm
chips
saying?
you get, but you could have bought.
I could have bought a whole bunch of crap.
Yeah.
Like a 4 for $4, is like you're able to get all this food, but it's not good for you. But if you want anything, but if I were to get a salad, in a lot of places, I can easily spend $15.
And that lot has to do with access too.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are a family and your budget is limited, and the things that's in your neighborhood are fast food and or gas station food, which on another tip is delicious, but we're just talking about.
Absolutely.
We're talking about just
We can definitely touch
We
on
talking
that
about chicken.
subject. I would like to talk about gas stations.
Oh man, that is that's a whole different thing for me with gas station food. But I think a lot of it is just access, and then a lot of it too is knowledge. And then there's also this thing of people who don't have as much disposable income to spend on food. There is this stigma that you should just basically be grateful for what you get. So when you have that stigma along with what you have access to, your choices are very limited. And a lot of times the things come into, when people start getting into, being vegetarian and vegan and trying to shame people either about it being that or shaming them to convert into that. A lot of that still again is steeped a lot in what people associate what vegan and vegetarians should look like. But traditionally, I'm a Southern rural black woman, and most of the times we grew up, people being my grandmother, my aunts and stuff, eating vegetables. There wasn't always these meat heavy dishes and things, but I think the stigma of, if you can put a price tag on it and if you can make it sound classist or you can make it sound another way, then it appeals to people. But black folks been vegan and been doing vegetarian. It's just, it doesn't sound as good. And then the things that we associate with celebratory foods, that has become what soul food represents, which is only a small portion of how we eat. So I'm just get off my soapbox now about this.
No, this
about
what
this
you here
food.
for now. Stay on.
But yeah, we do the best that we can with what we have, but sometimes what we have access to is bullshit.
But that's
It's a good point that you make about access. I know a real hot button issue is, especially in the South, the rural South, or whatever. It's like food deserts. Touch on that a little bit.
So I think in a food desert, when you think of a food desert, that is something that is depleted of something. So deserts have limited access to water. I think that it is more of sometimes there wasn't even available water. So how could it be a desert? Like if there's a depletion of something, it just didn't exist or it's just been taken away. I think a lot of times big businesses, corporations, Mississippi largest export is farming and agriculture.
Right.
But we have the largest disparages of people having access to those same things because everything we grow, we ship it out and other people buy it. And that's by design. That's not coincidental. You know, black farmers have such a hard time gaining just resource, gaining their land, their stewardship. All of those things is such a struggle because people understand the ownership of land is another type of power as well. And so if you control land, you can control what you grow. You can control who you sell it to. You can control who has access to it again, because most of the times smaller black farmers are trying to keep up with the mass production farms. If you have a legacy of a family that it's like 5 of y'all and you've been farming this land for 3 generations, it's kind of hard to keep up with a corporation who outsources undocumented workers and they don't pay them migrant workers. They're paying them shit wages. They're treating them like shit, but they can mass produce this stuff and they can ship these things out and they can make all of this money. It's like, how can you make a living to support just not only your family but contribute to those areas, your own backyard, your own community that has a really hard time just accessing those things. And then when you go to the box stores, most of that stuff is not local. It has an airline ticket, it has miles on it, it's not from Mississippi. So that's just like the craziest thing, to me.
So you just said something a second ago in regards to like migrant workers, and I had the craziest story just a few weeks ago with a student I was working with, and so she's an undocumented student, and but somehow she's able to be here for school. She lives in California. And when I was talking to her, she's interested in culinary arts. Like she wants to go to culinary school and or at least work in the kitchen somewhere. And I was like, okay, well, cool. Maybe there's some kitchens in some local restaurants. She was like, well, now I can't work in the kitchen because I'm undocumented. And I'm like, okay, so you haven't been able to work at all? She was like, well, no, there's some farms here and they let us work in the fields. So I'm like, wait a minute, you can legally work in I'm like, what? She was like, you're working in strawberry fields and whatever, picking whatever they have out here, oranges. And I'm like, so they'll let you work in the fields, but you couldn't work in the kitchen. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's wild.
How crazy is that?
That's slavery.
Like that's what I said immediately. I was like, you can't have a legit job in the kitchen, but they'll send you to a field where you can make like whatever they decide on giving you that day.
Well, being in the hospitality industry for over 20 years, and most of the people that I have worked with have some sort of issues with documentation. Most of the people that I know that I've worked with have been hardworking people. They are supportive of their families. They are working multiple jobs. I think what has happened has been a domino effect of this Make America Great Again and sending people back. because since they were taking all the good jobs, I'm doing air quote fingers, it put a lot of people in the hot seat of, okay, well, if we clean your house out, so now there's room for you to get these able-bodied, red-blooded Americans to come in and work these jobs. 4 years later, SpongeBob,
Right.
you see the crippling effects of hospitality. You can't keep people in your kitchens. You can't provide the service and the quality of prepping and the just the work ethic, because people have figured out, like, you're not gonna work the hell out of me for this little bit of money with no benefits and treat us the way that you've treated these other people, because they didn't have much of a choice. If they didn't work in the kitchen, they would take some other job that would yet again be very disrespectful and very degrading in the way that they treated them. Now, the work that they do is very noble. The work that they do is nothing of shame. But see, now they have figured out, well, I'm not going to put myself, my family, my children in harm's way, because this shit is so volatile. If I even tried to go and get a job in a kitchen or some type of hospitality space, there's a chance that, I could be deported or just all
100%.
sorts of things. I'm not going to risk it. So, so people are still understanding where there's still a need. They want to work, they need work, because you gotta eat, you got gas in your car, you got to send your children to school. So yeah, she can go and find day labor or day work, but if you took care of the people that was in these spaces that all of a sudden became too, I don't know what the word is. It's like if it was good enough to hire them and exploit them, you know what I'm saying? It was good enough to use them for those resources. But, the people that you said at the jobs before, they're not coming here working. Fast food, they can't keep people. Can't keep them. High school students, they'll work and get a couple of checks and they're out of there. They have nothing that's holding them there. Like, I don't care. If I don't come to work, you fire me, I go to Burger King. I do the same thing. I don't care. So, it's just, y'all, the people that said that about these folks coming over here working, man, they're being asked by it. And so now it's just like, now what do? And so now you want to be a hypocrite and say, okay, you can come back and work in these spaces, in these kitchens. But now the people have gotten smarter. Okay, well, I do have my documentation and I understand that now these things come with benefits. These comes with I have rights. I have things. So now you're not going to just treat me any kind of way. So, good for them. But I'm trying not to be too inflammatory. So it's a lot. It's a lot to that. It's a lot with it. I just wish people understood the dynamics of things. It's not just face value. It's not just people don't want to work. They got COVID checks. No. When we got that break, people started figuring out, I don't have to go through all this shit to make a living. And the COVID is killing us.
Yep. And
Why?
And I got that bread. And my rent already kind of cheap.
And I get to spend time with my family. I don't have to work myself to a pulp to survive or to live. And the whole notion that y'all are telling us that we do have to work the shit out of ourselves to live and to sustain our families, it's just like people just figure out, no, that ain't it. I don't have to do that. So why am I going to do that?
But COVID exposed a lot of shit.
Oh,
too.
totally.
It exposed
These
Totally.
same jobs they told
Totally.
us
Totally.
that we couldn't work from
Yeah.
the house at,
Yeah.
you figured out a way for people to work from
Absolutely.
home.
And you see how I can work when I don't have a
When
commute.
I don't have a commute,
When
and I don't
have
have
to-
this stress.
Stress.
When I don't have that stress.
Yeah, or being micromanaged.
Yes.
Or, all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
And so I have a theory. I've been thinking about it. I'm still, kicking it around in my head to see if it makes sense. And it doesn't make sense for every industry and every job. But I think that, me personally, I can get more done in a well-rested 32 hours than I can in a burnt-out, tired, worn-down 40 hours.
Damn right. Short than me.
That's how I really feel. And like I said, it doesn't apply to every industry. It doesn't apply to every job. But that's how I feel.
Some don't seem right about working 5 days and being off 2.
Well, you really
1.5.
You realize one
Really 1.5.
Right.
Some just don't. The math ain't mathing for me, man.
Because
I never math.
most people are not at 100% productivity
No.
during that 40 hours. Like, I'm
Yeah.
just here.
Yep.
Man,
How much time do I spend just being here?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
it's a lot. I don't want to. Thankful for my current employer. I absolutely fucking love my schedule. It makes sense.
Mhm.
We are remote Monday and Friday. We work in office Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we working
Mhm.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday and Friday. We, checking in, answering emails, doing stuff needs to be done. But like my day today was, I woke up, got online, did some work for like 2 hours, got in the car, went to the office for like another 2 hours, worked out because it's a gym at the office, came home, and just kind of, I did a hard 2 hours,
Mm-hmm.
relax, a hard 2 hours, relax, and there's no stress, and I had a productive day, and nobody's
that's what I'm
stressing me
saying,
out,
Right.
and I don't know how. I do know how food service can be that way, and I think that Enrika touched on it. These folks don't really care about the employees, and that's just jobs, period.
Mm-hmm.
But specifically in food service, that's a different level of stress.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever worked in food service.
I have.
So yeah, that's a different level of stress.
I always been in front of the house though.
Well,
And
That's
and
a different
that's
dynamic.
different.
than the
It
back
is
of the
a
house.
different dynamic
That's
than
a
I
that.
different
said it
animal.
is different,
right.
and I
The
know
back of the
this.
house, get me out of
I
here.
know this.
I
to
have
be
worked
true.
in the back before, and it just
Cooking aged you 3 years.
It's like your job never stops back there.
No.
No,
No.
Well, God bless you.
And
Yeah.
Your job
Yeah,
never
everybody.
stops back there, because where the person out front making swap out a little shift, take a seat, you got to keep cooking, and you
Yeah.
got to.
Yeah.
You're not only making these dishes, you got these other people that you're managing,
Mm-hmm.
that you working with,
Mm-hmm.
like they on the line with you, so you trying y'all gotta be like a machine.
you
have
got
be a
time to lean, you got
machine.
time to clean.
And I just still think the dynamic of back of the house, you have to be a special kind of person. And sometimes that special is like mental instability. Sometimes,
I feel that.
Straight up,
Yeah, bro.
straight up.
sometimes
Like,
it's,
Everybody I
they
know-
walk different. When they walk in the
It's
door,
just-
oh, he back in the house.
it's just, like I cut my teeth in a special kind of way in the back of the house. And even in back of the house, right, it's just different levels, even in the establishments that you work in. You would think that a fine dining restaurant would be this well-oiled, beautiful dance of
It's
a
the
kitchen. It is the worst. It is a brigade system, and what the brigade system is just levels to things. So you have like your prep cooks, and it goes up to the executive chef, and then even in that there was a strict dress code that you had to adhere to. I had the pleasure and the displeasure of working majority of my culinary career in French brigade kitchens. What does that mean? That means that there is a chef yelling at you in French. That means that if your nails are not cut certain length, if the gentleman did not shave, if women such as myself with hair did not have it straight in a bun to fit under a paper toque, you were sent home. It was a lineup. There was things that we had to do to keep our stations in order. There were prep lists. There was everything was just systematic. Everything was systems. And a lot of that, you know, you put a bunch of personalities together, most of which are men. Misogyny knows no color, but it definitely, and sometimes gender too. To keep yourself sane and to keep yourself from having to get bail money, you find ways to navigate those spaces. The Bear is a trigger. The show, the television show.
Because I remember as you been like,
I'm not ready to watch it.
Yeah, I haven't watched, but I heard it's really good.
I've heard it's exceptional. I've had different people to send me, and it's like the sister that's on there. It's like, Enrika, this is you. This is you. I remember you. I remember this.
Man, why were people? That is just very inconsiderate to just suggest that
because
to you
it's
when folks
so,
don't know what you've been.
Well,
it's so good. It's so
yeah.
authentic. I think it's the authenticity
Yeah.
why people think like, oh, you have this background, then you'll respect it.
Yeah.
But like, because it is like, even somebody that doesn't have that background, it's anxiety inducing for me. And you know, I never worked in the back of the house,
Yeah.
but to be like on any line,
Yeah.
is like,
And then so to be on the line as a cook is a unique experience. And then to be on the line on the other side as an expo is a different experience. And so sometimes, you know, people have an issue with taking instruction from people who look like me. And so you would have to get your point across in a way, again, so you won't need bail money.
That's tough, because you're getting it doubly tough.
Yo, you get it
Black
doubly
and
tough,
you're a woman.
and even in saying this, like this is therapeutic for me. So by no stretch of the imagination is it a pity party. It is just what I've understood my experience to be. But I think a lot of times I recognize that my experience in those kitchens was very unique, because most of the times I would be the only one, and you can take your pick. That could be the only woman. They could be the only woman of color. They could be the only black person. They could be the only black woman. It could be all kinds of things. And I would have to navigate these spaces. But what I decided and what I started to figure out was I had two mentors, two Anglo-presenting Puerto Rican chefs. Shout out to Mel Toledo and Vincent Hernandez, who told me, you got to go in here and let these niggas know. They didn't say the word nigga, that was me saying that. But the sentiment was there. Let these niggas know, because if not, they will eat you up.
Yeah.
And they will move in your spot, and you have to be very aware of where you are and who you are. So you can't be docile and quiet, you know, quietly powerful. That shit is not gonna fly in this kitchen. You got to go in there and let these niggas know. And I was like, how do I let these niggas know? It's a kitchen full of niggas. Like, how do I do that? So what I decided to do was I watched everything. I was like, if I'm working in the middle and there's a station on the east side of me, I'm watching everything that comes off of both of the stations. So such and such call in, Enrika, you can slide over, got it. So the guys in the kitchen would be pissed, because, like, you know, my thing was, I said, if I'm in this same position in 3 months, I need to quit. I need to quit, because I should be watching and observing everything, because I have to be quick like that, because it's dog eat dog. It is something that I had to learn to do that. And then on the other side of that, what I had to learn was, you know, they was making me cry. I was going in the walk-in and crying. Oh yeah, I was getting on the MARTA, crying all the way back to my apartment. Like, I mean, that shit was brutal. But what I started to understand was, you know your things you need to let these niggas know they are not finna play with you. So when I would get the opportunity to do my specials, when I had the opportunity to make things and cook quicker, and my knife skills was better and all these things, and they were still angry at me, what I started to understand was, okay, so you can say whatever you want to say about me, but one thing you cannot say and one thing you cannot do is cook better than me. So now, if we're gonna go there, if I'm gonna be all kind of bitches and this and that and all sorts of things, and I got here because I screwed the kitchen or whatever, which I didn't, but maybe that's what I should have did. I went through all this shit I just went through. Maybe I should have. These are jokes. I should not. I would not. I wouldn't.
I love it. You know.
But it's like, you know.
I get it though. I get it.
But you know, I was just like, I was constantly having to prove myself, and that was very frustrating for me. To be on the other side. Other side is management. Other side is sous chef. Other side is executive sous. Other side is next level of management, and I'm still having to prove myself to a prep cook. Nigga, good day, sir. So what I would start doing is like, okay, this is not a fluke. You want to talk your stuff. You don't want to listen to me. Cook better than me. Cook better than me. Put out better things than me. I promise you, you will not do that. I promise you, you won't. So every time when I would go in the kitchen, like when people see me in different spaces, I'm different types of chefs. When I'm on the line, my dick is the biggest in the kitchen. It has to be. It has to be. Because I was always told I didn't belong there. You hear by chance, you hear because, you know, they need a black person, you know, you got to get, you know, just all of these things. Mine is the biggest. And there have been lots of, there's been lots of conflict as a result of that. Because, you know, sometimes people who own penises don't like being shown up that their penis is not very big for somebody who does not have one. So, but I was like, that's your problem. Because of the way that you perceive me in the kitchen and the way that you're treating me.
Right.
You know, so those are the things, those are the stories, that's the stuff that I think that culinary experience, hospitality experience, it's a lot of trauma, it's a lot of craziness. I don't wish that I didn't go through any of those things, because where I am now and being untethered and being completely controlled of who I am as a chef and a creative, that's all me. That's all me. Even wearing this head wrap has a meaning of it, because when I used to work in the kitchen, I could not fit my relaxed hair in the paper toque, and the paper toque is the tall paper hat. And so I would use blue tape. I would like stuff my hair in the hat, and then I would push it around, and I would tape the paper hat around my head. Now, the French chef person hated it. He would just like, oh my God, he didn't want all that tacky blue tape. And what are you doing with your hair? It was like hair. And I said, you know what? When I work for myself, I'm gonna wear what the hell I want to wear. I'm going to have no paper toques. I'm not gonna wear a uniform. I'm just gonna be like all the antithesis of everything that I had to go through for 20 years. I'm not doing this shit when I work for myself. So the head wraps mean something. The tennis shoes, the socks, the lack of uniform. All of those things, because it's just like at this time I get to express myself. I get to be me. Yeah. And this is what chefs look like.
Your authentic self.
This is what a chef looks like. You know, like it's not the get up of what people would associate a chef to look like now. You know, which is, you know, very stylized different things. It's just like I was working here. I came back home and I was working at Parlor Market. Parlor Market was an open air restaurant. I was one of 2 people of color, but I was one of the only women on this line. Besides, there was another woman. But I always made a point to wrap my hair in African fabric. Every single time I worked, I always had some sort of, you cannot deny that, oh, there's Enrika. She's on the saute shelf, the saute station. And people still remember that. They still remember that. And I was just like, damn, you remember that? That means something to me. Because in a kitchen full of, men and things, and some of the greatest around here, there's some stories, man. Y'all would punch me in the face if you knew the shit I went through.
I've heard some.
And
I think that's I think that's the beautiful part about, and that's a great segue into, where you are now. And I think that's the beautiful struggle in a way, because you popping out here and shit. You been on TV. You been all up in magazines. You been, you pop your shit. I'm just saying, like, if we talking like
you really could. I don't know.
I don't know what your hair look like.
It's a lot. This is all hair.
I don't think I've ever seen.
This is all hair. The weather. So I had a silk press, and she was like doing her thing.
Did you
really? I did. Like, I had it.
You must ain't seen them pictures when she had.
When she had what?
Let me tell you, nigga.
Like that.
Hey, Chef outside.
Chef was outside.
You need to go to her Facebook and go through them photos.
I said, well, damn, friend.
Happy birthday.
See, I was saying something inappropriate. I was just
Happy birthday, because
so the weather, my hair was just like, guess what, girl? It's some rain coming, so my hair is like.
You didn't see it when she was on the beach? She took a trip.
Oh, I did see
Yeah,
that
my
picture.
nigga, I know you ain't
I
seen
did see the picture. Yeah.
You know what happened when they get them braids? They get loose.
Look, the braids. First the braids, then come the twins.
And them white toes.
Twins.
They
I
get
did
loose.
have white toes. Oh.
Wait, in Costa Rica? Listen.
Just saying.
I don't blame her. I had to been outside, goddamn, in Costa Rica.
I gotta tell y'all about the Costa Rica. Just like we went.
Did you go pull up at the restaurant and just like start trying to cook in them for kitchen?
No, but the way it's just so crazy. So the most of the time I spent was like on the Caribbean side. So it has like this very African, this very Caribbean. They love the black. I don't know what the women, the femininity. It's very lush. It's very green. But
You done took your ass over there and got your groove back.
I didn't. So trying to get in my business. So technically, no.
She said her dick would be.
Wait,
She said her dick would be. Her dick
you got to see? No.
I'm just messing. These are jokes.
No, I know they're jokes.
She done went over there and found Tay D.
No, so you really.
Little Costa Rican Caribbean man.
Dexter.
And them shells around his
I was just over there just ruining his
But
life.
Dexter, that from Eddie Murphy said you go on there. No, it wasn't that. It was just like it was freedom, and then you would meet all of these women, and there's a lot of black women that come from like
baby, you there
they
for
come,
a
and so
good
we
time, not a
would
long
run
time.
into each other on the street, and you're like, hey girl, and so it was lots of that. So it was just like
Cause you went by yourself, right?
I did.
Man, it's liberating.
Fuck
Yeah.
them people, shit.
Yeah, so it's
I'm weird.
Ain't nobody there can't nobody tell the story.
so
Nobody
see,
tell
some of the things. Oh my god.
Do you know how outside I would have been by myself?
Nigga.
I already know.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Baby,
Yeah.
listen.
It's another.
I already know, friend.
It was just.
Costa Rica.
Now I don't know about. I don't know about no Costa Rica. I don't know. I heard, but
She
no.
was being a good
I
Christian.
said, friend came
I
back
was.
glowing.
I was.
like,
I was doing
Out
yoga
there
and
and
breath
prayed.
work. I was listening.
I
I was.
bet you was. That motherfucker was glistening on them.
Janelle
bitches.
Monáe yoga.
You know, come take. You know when you fucking off on vacation when you get up early.
I was getting
You get early as a motherfucker. Like, I don't want to miss
like,
nothing.
Like nothing.
That's when you know you fucking
I
up.
was like getting on a bike. Like,
Tell you,
I
man.
won't
That's when you know
ride a
that
bike.
vacation good. Like, I'm finna go fuck this shit. Let me take a nap and get the fuck
Yeah,
up.
just and then
I'll
you,
sleep when I get back.
I
home.
sleep
on
when
the
you back
beach,
home.
watching
You
the
said
sun come up.
yeah, you going to riding a
Cause
bike
the flight what?
6 hours.
Oh, that's a good nap.
Yeah, it's like a 6 hour flight,
Good
and so I fly to New Orleans for the ease of it. But but back to the hair segue. So it's all swole up. So I couldn't come in here with that. She wasn't doing nothing, so I had to wrap her up. So
Shout out to the black women struggling with this weather. I'm telling you, just freezing and shrinking.
Don't know what you're gonna get till the morning.
you don't, cause
Yeah,
like
because let me tell you, as a
cold.
natural person, I don't be knowing what the fuck I'm gonna get.
see, you have locks, so that's good. So yours, it's gonna stay in that y'all, locks and stuff. But the free stuff is like
Yeah,
it starts off.
cold in the morning, your hair straight, you walk outside, it's 78 degrees, your shit puffed up. It just, you don't know what's gonna happen.
I actually took pictures. I was in a Zoom for like 2 hours. I was in my home, and it was like sunny, and then I was like overcast. Then it started to rain, and I was just taking pictures of the time lapse and what my hair was doing in the 2 hour Zoom. And I was like, this makes no sense.
You got to post it because people need to see.
No,
Right.
no, they don't need to see that. So that was looking rough.
It's the real struggle.
Yeah.
For real. So I want you to talk a little bit about this year's Jackson Food and Wine Festival, because I know that was a really big deal.
It was.
Not just folks in the city, but just the city as a whole. And of course, they couldn't have no food and wine festival, and you ain't up in there. I mean, it just ain't gonna be right. No, this just facts. And also, kind of the stuff that you cook is, first of all, it's just so good.
Well, thank you.
But it also has the, it's like super duper creative and different. But it's also, it gives me simplicity, like I'm at my mama's house at the same time. And like, where does that come from?
So that's a great question. So the Jackson Food and Wine Festival, real quick, real fast. So this was not something that just came up. It didn't happen just this year. This has been in the works for a while. So shout out to Dr. Ricky Thigpen and Visit Jackson for an immaculate festival, and the contributors and the people that played a big part in making that happen. Jackson needed that. For a lot of different ways, because having it at the Mississippi Museum of Art, having it outside, they activated the space in a way that most people had not seen activated. I'm not even just going to say at the museum, but also in Jackson. And so there were different vendors there. They had wine. They had several open bars. Cat had vodka. They had different chefs. And the funny thing about the chefs, they had us. We called ourselves it was like the row of Jackson chefs. So we were like on the street in between the planetarium and the museum. And then there were other chefs, like the feature chefs like Nick Wallace and Cat Core and some of his colleagues from Top Chef. They were closer to the stage area. But what was really fun was, as a chef, as a creative, to be able to see other chefs and have them in a space. And everybody was really excited. Like even the talent, it was real. They were really excited to be there. The food was good. I love the fact that it sold out. That was 1,500 tickets sold out.
Absolutely. Amazing.
Yeah, and people were just amazed. There were so many, it's quite ironic for me that, people who do go out of their way to hate Jackson, but it was so many downtown at night,
Not nothing happened.
Not nothing happened. And they had to run the people off, actually. They were still out drinking and eating. As long as something there was there, they were still socializing. And there was no mention of, we need to hurry and leave, or we're, they're going to break it. It was none of that. It was none of that narrative there. And people were excited about that. I think it was great that Jackson some of the Jackson chefs got an opportunity to spotlight themselves. Shout out to Eddie Wright and those brisket tacos. That was just like ridiculous. I mean, it was so many bites of food that I was just like, this is good stuff.
He can hang his hat on that brisket.
Yeah, that was good. That was wonderful. So that was awesome. So we started again getting ready for the next year. I think, just getting the feedback and things like that. And I'm excited about it. Quick segue, I'm going to Meridian does one, Sip and Savor, and it's April the 6th. And
ain't nobody told me nothing.
you ever heard of Sip and Savor?
Hey, let me say this: Meridian is a hidden gem in the state of Mississippi.
For
black
folk.
It is a
Is.
beautiful
That's real.
place.
Is.
Like if you
Is.
want to get away,
Yes.
but don't want to travel far.
Yes. Yeah.
It is. Meridian is
That's
nice.
real
Yeah.
stuff.
It's nice.
So they're having a food and wine festival.
One of the places. There's
Yeah.
several, but
Yes,
Meridian,
right. That's a good duck off spot.
yeah.
As they
What
say.
you talking about?
Yeah.
Yes, Lord. I love you.
So.
But I'm with you though.
So Sip and Savor. So a lot of the what happened was, which is the cool thing, is that they started adding more talent, and they have a lot more chefs from Jackson. Shout out to Chef Poe. Sip and Savor.
Yeah, shout out to her, man. She been grinding for
She's
a
gonna
minute,
be
too.
one of
Good
the
for her.
featured chefs there, and they expect like between 1,500 to 2,000 people that come and they get the little samples and things like that. So I'm just excited whenever people get opportunities and we get to showcase our things. I think that's always dope. So it's not, whenever I'm in spaces, I'm not just like there by myself. Even if I'm there by myself, it's just like, yo, look, we need some more things. This person's doing this stuff. It's more of us out here. So let's just get in the habit of just getting good people into doing that. Why am I weird with food? So a couple of things. I was a very awkward high school person. So I spent a lot of time in the library and I played the flute. None of that shit was cute. Niggas was not checking for that. So I spent a lot of my time reading books, you know what I'm saying? Enjoying the lame shit, right? So that's part of it. I grew. I mean, hey, that's okay. Y'all keep playing around with the folks in high school when you remember them. These niggas is coming up on 50 and they looking like they 35. They living their best life. Y'all gave us hell. We was in high school. We couldn't get a date. We couldn't get a nothing.
Say flute. let me holler at you. Let me holler at you.
I ain't know you
I
was
was
going-
not in a predominantly black school with the flute, so add that to it as well.
Oh wow.
So yes.
So where'd you grow up?
Dang.
Okay. All right.
Sheesh.
We can skip that question.
I went to high school in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying about that.
All right.
But yeah, so
That good core marching band. That go heel toe
So-
nigga. Shit.
But it was that I grew up. I had really cool parents. They were just like young parents, and so they were always about like expression and creative. Then I had like my grandmother who farmed, and had like my grandfather had a farm. So I just saw all of these different things, and I just saw how food drew us together and how everything was a celebration. But a lot of it was, not telling my age, but telling my age like MTV started. I used to watch PBS. There was no Food Network. I used to, have to program stuff. Saturday morning cartoons, the movies, like, Michael Jackson, Prince, like all of the stuff that was inspiration. Like I just stockpiled all of that stuff. So every chance I get an opportunity to express myself, I want people to feel first and then taste. So I always try to like put those things in there. And try to feel like I remember this, or this makes me feel, and that's where I always try to go with that. And then also I went to culinary school and paid a lot of money for it. So these skills they have to show up in this stuff, so that people know I'm just not self-taught in all the things. Some things I am, but I went to the culinary school.
you know, like speaking about that and the whole idea of experiences, and another reason why I appreciated the Food and Wine Festival, because even though it's like, yes, it was the experience and all that, I get it, you know, being outdoors, yada yada yada, but it never felt like the focus wasn't the food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you have sometimes where it's a restaurant experience where it's about all the other bells and whistles.
Yeah.
And the decor and the food is like an afterthought.
Yes.
But I felt like the food was the star.
And that's good to hear you say that, because I think that was always like the premise, because I think a lot of times when we are planning things, how it looks and making sure it's polished and the experience of it, and in the food, like you said, is second, because everybody was excited about being a part of it, and the only stipulation they gave us was to create something that represented you. And the funny thing, so everybody's dish was completely different, and we didn't know until we got there. And so that was wild to me, because I'm like, there's not like 10 sets of chicken and waffles, there's not 5 different chicken wings or whatever. Like, everybody's dish was something very representative, so it was really cool. And it was different stuff, because I heard people say, I don't eat that, but they were like eating the stuff. And the liquor didn't mind, and they had some really good wines. And Issa Rae's wine had I didn't get any of it, but I heard that she had her that her brand of wine was there. But there was a lot of drinking, so once people start drinking, they gonna keep eating.
I definitely want to graze.
Oh no, they were drinking, then because they give you like a glass, and so you would take your glass to the different places, and they would say, would you like to try insert spirit?
Yes,
and you
I
say
would.
yes, and they would pour it in your glass.
I would have been fried out there.
Oh, they were fried. They were
And I
fried.
appreciate you, because with your dish, I think the original way it came was with shellfish.
Yes.
And I was like, oh man, I can't eat chef's dish because I got a shellfish allergy. You're like, oh no, I got you right here. I'm like, man, that's what I'm talking about.
Because people like food, and I like cooking food, and I just don't think any type of dietary restriction or an allergy should just like limit your experience too. Like, people ask me all the time, do you cook vegan? Totally. Do I cook vegetarian? Yup. Do I cook pig and all sorts of things too? But I understand, like, there's a thought in it. If you're a vegetarian, I'm not just gonna give you a fruit cocktail cup.
Yeah. Right.
With the cherry.
Grab a banana off that shit.
Folks don't be putting no thought of love into the
Put some
food.
bay leaves in here. Put some bay
Some
leaves.
parsley, some dried parsley.
That's
Like-
it. It
like,
ain't popping unless you put
That's
some.
probably why
parsley on
more
top.
folk don't want to go vegan or vegetarian, because they scared the food gonna be some bullshit.
I do appreciate the fact you don't always be putting parsley on your shit, because niggas love that nigga glitter.
Nigga glitter.
Did you just say nigga glitter?
Yeah, nigga glitter.
Nigga glitter. Every time
That's what make it magic.
you go to Instagram, every time you see a dish, nigga glitter.
We're gonna put that parsley on there.
Look at these smoked lemon pepper wings.
Nigga glitter. Make me some peach cobbler.
Nigga
glitter.
On
Make a
every
little
dish.
nigga glitter.
Go to TikTok.
Parsley don't even go on this shit.
Go to TikTok.
Yeah, parsley ain't go on this shit. Niggas just be putting
Peach
Folks,
cobbler
I don't even-
pancake.
I don't even think people know
On top of the syrup.
what
Glass of
parsley's
water.
purpose
God.
really is. I
And
just
it's-
think they just be using it.
I think it's just to make it, to freshen it up, and it's
parsley really do got the community in the show.
It
It don't
does.
taste like nothing.
That
it does.
ain't
The
goddamn
dried
onion
stuff,
powder.
the dried stuff doesn't taste like anything. So, but it's just
And when you go to your wing spots, your favorite restaurant,
Oh,
y'all
definitely.
know who I'm talking about. Every time you get your lemon, I just want,
It's mostly that.
I just want
I-
tips mostly.
I just want the parsley to make sense. Like,
I
when I
am
said, what
spitting
we
out
talking
damn
about?
parsley.
I got to wipe off my lemon.
I don't
just
need
want
biscuit.
lemon
I don't need a biscuit with parsley on it. I don't.
We
I
just-
mean, I get it. I understand it. I just, there are lots of chefs and cooks and people who prepare different food, and I get it. There's no shaming in that, but I do wish that the parsley would free us.
We should really talk about. Why we talking about things that you as a chef, I am shocked that there are certain things that you don't eat.
Yes.
What? What you don't be eating?
Tell me.
I think you don't eat mac and cheese, right?
I'm not a big fan.
What the fuck, man?
Okay, so y'all might turn this table over.
It's the greatest side dish ever.
The out the box.
The Kraft Deluxe in the little
I remember we had this whole conversation on Facebook,
It's
and let me tell you,
nostalgic. Listen,
I
this
was shocked.
You don't add nothing to it.
this young lady.
This lady over here didn't cook braised duck.
Because we had our thing.
Yeah,
With Kraft mac and cheese.
But we,
yet she is enamored with Kraft mac and
I
cheese out the
am.
box.
It's nostalgic for me. It's just like, I eat hamburger helper.
I've ate that.
But it's because it's nasty now. Because what I remember, it used to be delicious. So
Well,
I eat that.
Also causes high blood pressure, but
I don't
tears
eat
that.
You know what's a pointless dish? Pasta salad.
Oh,
It is
Hey,
the
hold
most
on,
pointless
bro. You young with
cuisine
Nah, bro.
that has ever existed.
You got to
It's
down that hill by
cold-
yourself, my boy.
Cold rotini
Yeah, I ain't fucking
with
you.
Italian dressing?
delicious.
You young with that, my boy.
Cold? What?
That's a part of the baby shower.
That is,
menu.
and I hate
can't-
it.
I love
I hate
baby
pasta
shower
salad.
Baby
food.
shower food.
I mess with baby
You know
shower
what?
food.
You should curate a menu with special baby shower food.
So I've done some catering.
Oh, Mr. Hip Hop.
I did some catering and I did some baby shower food, and I did it for this
shit.
esteemed group of people that did not know I was doing baby shower food. And they loved it. It was like, I was just like, we gonna have these meatballs and we're gonna just, because I was just seeing the baby shower food and I'm just like, y'all is just wearing it out, but it's looking nasty. So like on TikTok and stuff like this, I don't know, we don't eat like that. So, but I love baby shower food.
Do we have like? It's
lame
gross.
as fuck.
I don't like hot and cold things on the same plate.
Like salad and spaghetti.
My salad's in a bowl to the side. I don't like potato salad.
with the
like
fake- with the fake
I don't
lettuce
like
in
potato
there,
salad
too.
at all. Shut up.
you
But
eat
no,
fake
wait.
He
Shut
eat
up.
iceberg. He loved it.
I don't eat no iceberg lettuce.
Romaine.
I don't eat
It's fake.
iceberg.
Fake
No, wait a
recalled
minute.
lettuce.
I know we
Leafy
don't
greens,
have a
my
whole
nigga.
bunch of time, but could you just like for like 2.5 minutes talk about the hip hop like?
Oh,
the
the
oh
dinner.
my god, man! I had to go to a stupid wedding then,
Whoa,
and I
what
wanted
was
to be
that?
there so bad.
So
what?
real quick about
She
it.
did a whole menu, like how many courses?
Where was this at?
Dedicated
At
to
the
like
Orchid.
at the
Oh,
Orchid, like
okay,
a
yeah,
celebration
yeah.
of hip hop.
Yeah, that
What
was
the fuck was that?
I don't know. Y'all was. I
Man,
think y'all was.
oh my
I think y'all was
God.
like
I wanted to go
out
so
of town
bad.
doing some
See,
cool
this
things.
be the problem with being busy.
Mhm.
You
Being
miss
famous.
it. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it but since you did.
Right.
I mean,
So
can't say I said it this episode. You did.
So the Orchid and I'm the resident chef there. So what does that mean? Is when we do events and things like that, I'm the go-to chef for the Orchid. Shout out to Jason and Catrice and Sweet James.
He's dead. No man. Shout out to James.
That's right.
James is hilarious.
That's my guy. And so anyway, so I've known Jason and Catrice for a long time. So that when they did the Orchid, I was like, I need to use the space. I have to do something here. And I was like in a severe slump. I was like burnout. I had recently lost my sister, so I was just like questioning life, everything about where do I go, what do I do. So it was also, I think I was just watching something. It was something related to hip hop. Long story short, I said I'm ready to do something, and I said, and I know that I want to do like native tongue. Because again, being the flute playing library girl, that was just the soundtrack of your life. That was what you were. That's what got you through. So I did a dinner honoring Tribe and Moni Love and Venom made me this immaculate playlist. And so I had like the food, and we had it was fun. I was very proud of it because it just kind of got me back on the saddle, and I loved being at the Orchid and doing that. And the people that were there, they were so much fun, and they got it, and that was the big thing for me. Like, they got what the vision was for that. So yeah, that was a fun one. It just kind of got me back in the loop. I have another one coming up soon. Not hip hop, but it'll be something.
Don't give a damn if you're frying a dog. I'm in there.
Well, I can tell you this right quick. I know got no time. So with the Sip and Savor, so I'm gonna be in Meridian. So I am doing there's a sponsor lounge. So it's a special level, like when you get there, and it's on the rooftop of the museum at the Meridian. So the name of the dinner, y'all are privy to this. I have not shared this with anybody. So the name of the dinner is called Violette Reverb. So it's like reverb is chopped and screwed. Mm-hmm. So I'm in Meridian, and so I said, Third Coast, Outkast, Crit, UGK, Mia X, all of these things that were influential in my journey as a chef. I'm in Meridian. I have to do something that is incredibly black and beautiful. In a space. So the VIP lounge, some of the dishes that I'm gonna have, one of them is gonna be
so you in the VIP lounge.
I'm doing
Thank you, because I won't get no general admission.
Pocket full of stones.
Yep, pocket full of stones is one of the dishes.
Did you say scones?
I said
stones. But I said stones. I'm actually gonna get some heated stones, and I'm making these little pita pockets. So it's gonna be pocket full of stones. Shout out. Then I got one crumbling herb where I made this dried seaweed that I'm gonna crumble over some potatoes with loaded sour cream. I got this other thing, crumbling herb. I got one called it's seaweed, so it's not quite nigga.
Put a little.
It's nigga confetti.
It's a confetti.
I'm gonna pull up there with some parts.
I finished it off for you, chef. I got you.
Do it like that. I got something. I'm doing lean, but I'm making prickly pear lemonade, and I'm gonna get some.
Yeah, shit.
Some miniature spice.
I would bring the promethazine.
No, the color.
No, we would not.
It's gonna be in a styrofoam cup.
No, I'm gonna put it in a
cup?
Sprite bottle.
A Sprite bottle.
Make like dirty Sprite. I'm gonna try to get these Sprite bottles. These little small Sprite bottles, and then got like this Third Coast above board, which is a charcuterie, which is gonna have like things that you get in a convenience store with some sliced chicken breasts and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna do one called Mud Island, which is these Mississippi mud pies. And then I'm gonna have these 24 karat bars, which is gonna be a carrot cake with gold leaf.
Come on, carrot cake. Thank you. Somebody appreciate the greatest cake in the world.
I don't know about the greatest cake,
No,
but I enjoy it. So that's.
I love carrot cake.
So music and culture is always in the stuff that I do. So I'm gonna always represent that to the fullest. So yeah.
I'm gonna pull up.
Enrika,
please do.
Enrika, we thank you so much.
I thank y'all.
This was all work running over time. We just so glad.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it.
No.
You up in here.
We don't care. We didn't even pay for this episode.
This episode is brought to you by.
Actually, it was paid for.
This is a long
By Blue Sky Massage Therapy.
Blue Sky
Blue Sky
Steel
Steel
Water.
Water. Massage Therapy. Thank you for sponsoring this episode. And if you are listening, you too can sponsor.
You too can
sponsor
an episode.
Of you just reach out to the Vibe Controls at gmail.com. Chef, thank you so much.
Thank y'all so much.
Let the people know how they can tap in with you.
Totally.
So
on Instagram, I'm under Chef Enrika. That's one word, ENRKA. And on Facebook, you can look me up under Chef Enrika Williams. And also on Instagram, you can look us up under Magnolia Marcus Jackson. That's Magnolia Marcus JXN. And Yeah, I think that kind of covers it.
Already.
Yeah.
Merc, what you got coming up?
Yeah, just follow me on social media at Merc B. Williams. The biggest thing, man, it's 413 at Urban Fox's headlining. So tickets are $10. Yeah, I haven't gotten an official flyer yet, but I'm gonna get somebody to work on that so we can get that done. But yeah, just say that date. It's a Saturday. Come through. Cocky McFly is hosting. My little nephew, he gonna actually do some time. He's a novice comedian, and so this is gonna be his first kind of big show
awesome.
or whatever. So gonna give him an opportunity to do some time. Nardo is gonna pull up as well too and do some time. Rita says she's pulling up, but I don't know. We might coerce her to do some time, but we'll see. But it's really my night, so I consider it my first time headlining.
That's exciting.
No. No. I'm probably not gonna do a whole hour, but I plan to do at least a half hour. That's what I'm shooting for, a solid half hour. And so it'll be cool for people to get a chance to kind of folks have seen me before, but like not like this. So. And it's gonna be real laid back, real loose. Pull up, have a good time. Again, $10. Shout out to Cody Cox and Molly for the opportunity. So I appreciate them. So yeah, man, y'all pull up. Might want to wear a little liner, because you're gonna pee on yourself a little bit. But we're gonna be laughing good in that thing. I'm just telling you. So yeah, wear your little liner so you know.
Fifth Child, hurry up and tell the people what you
Hey.
Pissing on yourself. That's already started. 413 ain't even here. They let you know I'm finna cut the fuck up.
Period.
Right now.
You take our first annual first annual BAC Bunny Hop on March 31st from 3 to 7. It's just gonna be so much fun.
Yeah.
Huh?
I was like, next week.
Yeah, it is. Yep. But yeah, so really excited about that. All the different organizations we have participating. We just want to do something really fun for the community. I know that Sunday, some folks gonna be just want to spend time with family on Easter Sunday. Perfectly fine, but not everybody has that luxury. So we want to make sure that we have that opportunity for folks to come out and have a good time. And also for 14. I will be at Urban Fox's.
Yeah, Fifth Cox.
Yeah, Fifth Cox. Yeah.
Okay.
Next night.
Yep. So yeah, those are the two big things coming up immediately.
Well, I won't be there for 15. If that would have made sense.
Yeah.
But fuck it. Anyway, thank y'all so much for I think I thanked the people at Visit Jackson last time, or maybe we was going into hosting the show, but thank them again for allowing us to host the Hometown Heroes Awards.
Yeah,
Shout out to Fifth Child for being a winner of the award there. So thank y'all for that. Shout out to Eddie Wright for this past weekend. We had a dope bingo that was real fun. So thank you for having me out for that. Got a lot of Vibe Control stuff coming up. Y'all just stay tapped in. Most importantly, we got our merch drop for the spring-summer coming up on April Fool's Day. So y'all stay on the lookout for that. Go get you a little t-shirt, crop tee or whatever.
Y'all got crop tees?
We don't have crop tees now.
Cut it off the show.
Come on. Yeah.
Back to Costa Rica.
We might have the special order you want.
I'm going back. I'll take it. I'll take it with me.
We might have the special order you wanted to wear down there
I'll take it with
in
me.
Meridian or Costa Rica.
Whichever comes first.
Yeah, we all about the free promo.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, man, y'all tap in with us. We got a lot of dope stuff coming up. This has been a great first quarter for us, though. I really want to say that. So you'll see a post coming up toward the end of the month to just show you kind of what we all had going on, and we're just gonna keep that going throughout the year. So yeah, as always, before we leave, we like to leave with a little nugget, a little something to carry on through the day, through the minute, through the hour. And as customary, we would like our guests to drop a little nugget of inspiration on the people to take us on home.
I feel like I'm supposed to sing a selection or something.
Well, if you would like.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that at all. You know, I just say breathe and move through it. You know, we all got our things. You know, check on people. Check on people. Check on yourself. Give yourself grace. It's okay. You did the best you could with what you had at the time, and you know, just extend grace for people going through so much stuff. So be kind to yourself first, and then push it out.
Already, man. Look, we appreciate you coming.
Yeah, thank
you.
y'all.
You
for
welcome
having
back
me.
anytime.
I won't go over next time,
No, you fan?
but I'll wear something else.
Could you bring snacks?
I'll bring snacks.
Hey, you know,
Man, look.
I'll bring snacks and
bring that hot dog you used to make.
Oh, it's yeah, it'll be at the market. Yeah.
Man, that's
The
best
street
hot dog
dog.
I ever had in
When
my
is the
life.
next market?
Oh, the next market is March 30th.
All right, bet.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
it.
have some promo things coming out. We're
Okay,
working
Easter
on
weekend is gonna be tough.
Yeah,
you got the
man.
bunny hop, and you got the market the day before. So y'all gotta
Mhm.
make sure y'all go out and support that stuff. And again, thank you to our sponsor. We appreciate you so much. Mark.
Yeah. Y'all stay blessed, stay free. Y'all share that shit, man.
that.
2 fingers up means peace to the side because I'm chilling. As customary, you can't leave until you say it. And if you want to know what it is, you got to say out here, but you got to say it like that. Out here. Yep. Yeah, say it just like that.
She's so good.
Hell yeah! She's so goofy, man. I love it.
Flute, baby.
That's all I'm saying. I
That's
just
that
saw
flute,
the
nigga,
young
that's
lady
that flute.
in the library with the flute. As soon as
That's
you
it. That's that flute. Y'all better
Yeah.
recognize.
Miss Piccolo on y'all down MZ.
Some-
Miss Piccolo.
Got it.
On Black Planet.
Black Planet. Oh
Wow.
God.
Hurry up. Be happy.
You said, "Hurry up, nigga."